Hey everybody, Boris Laszlo from BK Forex. Welcome to our daily technicals for 424.13. Looking at some very key levels still in dollar yen and euro dollar as the trading begins for the day. Foreign trading, foreign exchange, and margin carries a high level risk and never suitable for all investors. So I invite you to read this disclaimer very, very carefully to understand all the risks involved in trading foreign exchange. All right, let's take a look at the charts. And we see here, let me just pull out the euro dollar. Euro dollar obviously, of course, made a huge drop yesterday. Took out the 130 level, been kind of consolidating around that level here today. You see the base has been basically 29.70, 29.80, and this is going to be the key base that we're going to be looking at as the day progresses, because a break here from 29.70 opens a run all the way to 29.50, possibly even 29.20. A move to the upside really doesn't occur until we can take out the well, yesterday's high of 30.25. Or yesterday's session high of 30.25, or alternatively, you really need to move all the way through the 31.25 level in order to completely negate the downward move. If you look at the higher end charts, you see that we're sort of very much consolidating here at this 29.50-30 level. Of course, on the longer term charts, and it's really a question of the break at the lower side, the break at the higher side. It's going to determine the rate of the trade for today. The high side is 30.27, as I said. The low is around 29.70. This is the range that everybody will be keeping an eye on, depending on how the IFO prints and what else we're going to be doing as far as risk appetite. But overall, it does look like a negative trade for the near term. If you look at the daily charts, we see, a big move up, big reversal, and now it's just a question of whether we can extend the downside to the, in the euro dollar. Here was the big reversal from the 32s down to 31s, and then a failure again at 31s. Yes, a couple of days ago, kind of signaling downside pressure on the charts. Dollar yen is back up above in the 95, 50 to 100 corridor, but just is still having a very, very hard time trying to muster this run towards the 100. And in many ways, we'll have to see if we get a positive move in euro yen, perhaps that will be the driver for us to take us through the dollar yen run. But we're still very much holding right below this 100 level, and we have to see just how much optionality and also how many stop orders there will be above this level as the trade continues. A failure here again will probably again be a dejection for the bulls. This will be the fourth or the fifth time that we failed ahead of the 100, basically suggesting that there's enough optionality, there's enough selling orders here right ahead of this level to not just be able to penetrate the run. So a very, very interesting setup here. Yesterday's big reversal, but running out of gas again here above the 95.50 level. There really is no strong momentum trade, in my opinion, unless you go above the 100 level here, which would be sort of 100, 110. That would definitively show that you had a positive move to the upside. Up until then, it's just gamesmanship ahead of the very big level. Aussie dollar today is a little bit weaker. The CPI data was weaker, basically suggesting that the RBA has scope to lower rates if they want to, but it continues to hold. If you look at the 30-minute chart, it really continues to hold this 102.35, 102.40 level, 102.50 level as it kind of consolidates, and that's actually an interesting setup here. The key thing here is, do we set up lower highs or higher lows and kind of start to rebuild towards the highs of the day, or, and this was a test yesterday, of course, in a couple of further back, you'll see this whole support around this 102, 102.25, 102.30 level, or we're going to start breaking down. A breakdown below to 102.20 really opens up the possibility of a run towards the 102s. So the Aussie dollar also very much in this kind of a unresolved range that's looking to take out key levels. And cable is just really marking time. There's very little going on in cable. Cable is basically holding this on a broader scale, 5,200 to 5,300 range, kind of consolidating a little bit and showing, very, very little definitive action. The fact that it's kind of failed twice at the 53 maybe a little bit soulless to the bulls, but it got bought at 52s, and it's really, if you look at the longer term charts, you just kind of see it's just consolidation all the way through, as volatility just kind of compresses here. So cable really not doesn't look like to be a momentum sell until it drops below the 5200s, and doesn't look to be a momentum buy until it takes out the 5300s. Up until then, very much range trading, dominating trade as the day goes by. So that's pretty much how the market sets up. Those are the key levels for the day. That's what we'll be watching as far as the euro dollar 29.70 on the euro dollar. Of course, the 100 level on dollar yen, and the 102.20s on the Aussie dollar to the downside as the key levels for us to observe. Wish you guys the best of luck and the best of trading. This is Boris Schlossberg, over and out.